Hi, Alex Polyak here. These are 10 interesting details about GTA 5 that you probably didn't know yet. Let's get started. As we all know, you can rob stores in the game. To do this, you need to approach the cashier and point a gun at him. The funny thing is that you can even commit such a robbery with an ordinary baseball, which Franklin uses to play with Chop.
Hi. I did not need this today.
Open the register now!
Bad move, you bastard.
Go get the ball, Chop.
In the Los Santos docks, you can meet local workers in orange vests. Some of them have the organization's logo, which contains an image of the GTA San Andreas map. Here you can see Los Santos, the Bay, Flint County, as well as the northern part with Las Venturas, Bone County, and part of Tierra Robada. I guess this is just a little Easter egg. In one of the missions of the character Dominic Beasley, Franklin gets a unique suit for skydiving. This suit is equipped with special metal fasteners, and the developers really paid attention to this detail, and therefore, moving in this suit, we will be able to hear metallic sounds.
Is that steaming pile of shit a present for not training you?
In the Hood Safari mission, some gangsters from the Ballas gang run right out of the doors of local houses, and the player can even slip through such a door. But do not overestimate your expectations, because of course there will be no interior there. At a certain point in the mission, this door will become permanently closed. Surprisingly, each of the three protagonists has its own unique sunlight effect. This can emphasize the different physiology of the protagonists, and at the same time, it can mean different views of the world, if you give this detail a metaphorical meaning. On the roof of the Los Santos Medical Center, you can sometimes find an ambulance helicopter, but when you enter it, the player will see the inscription Police Maverick. And also, as one player told me, in this helicopter, the protagonist will receive a sniper rifle with 10 rounds, as if he got into a police helicopter. It is difficult to say whether this was done deliberately or whether there is a mistake by the developers. On the one hand, in reality, the US police sometimes have ambulance helicopters at their disposal. But on the other hand, if I understand correctly, in Los Angeles, such air operations are more related to the fire department and not the police. Also, in the game, the helicopters do not have external police markings, and the presence of a rifle seems not quite appropriate for medics. And even if it is a police helicopter, then why was it not indicated in the title that this is a variation of ambulance? All this seems strange. Basically, the developers just took a police vehicle and gave it a different texture, but didn't make any other technical changes. What do you think about it? Write your thoughts in the comments. You may remember how in one of my previous videos I showed that in GTA 4 you can knock down a parking meter and see coins spilling out of it. I decided to check it out in GTA 5, and it turned out that in this game, a similar detail has been preserved and even slightly changed. Firstly, it has become much easier to knock down a meter and see coins spilling out, and this can be done not only with the help of a vehicle, but even with a kick. And secondly, a special coin sound has been added for this situation. In the secondary mission, the sex tape, Franklin and the crazy photographer Beverly must secretly sneak into one, let's say, private event. On her way to do this, Beverly says,
"Come on, let's move." Now remember, dude, this is a covert op. We need to blend in, ninja style.
Perhaps I'm making too much of it, but given the context of the events and the fact that the phrase ninja style is not very common, it seems like a reference to GTA San Andreas, where CJ and Ryder are going to secretly break into someone else's house in one of the missions. At that moment, Ryder says,
Gee, I got it ninja style. Why?
In both cases, these phrases are said under similar circumstances, and also they are said in dialogue with those protagonists whose image and storyline have a lot in common, of course. I'm talking about CJ and Franklin. The Patriot car sometimes comes with additional lights on the roof. They are only decorative and therefore do not work. However, if you still like this detail and you do not want to lose it, then you should definitely avoid Los Santos Customs, because just driving into such a garage will cause the car to lose these additional lights. This will happen even if you do not use repair or tuning services, such as the unnoticeable robbery. In the prologue of the game, that is, at the very beginning of the story, as you know, Brad gets a bullet wound, and Michael also pretends to be wounded, who was thus deceiving Trevor. So after this scene, when Trevor almost gets surrounded by the police, if you do not get distracted by the shootout and do not run away, but look at Michael, we will see how he moves. This seems quite logical, given that this character was really alive. At the same time, Brad's body is motionless, and this is also logical, because he dies in the events of this mission. However, if you look closely at his face, his eyes, jaw, and throat are still moving a little. Perhaps this is just a flaw, but it looks a little creepy. If you liked this video, give it a like and write a comment, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel to learn more about GTA. Thanks for watching. See you soon.